I'd like to show you my Grafham shrimp pattern. It's one that I've enjoyed really good success with, on Grafham obviously, but on Draco as well, but probably for the last 4 or 5 years on Grafham, maybe even 6 years actually. But it's really simple to tie, there's no really a lot to it, but yeah, it's quite an easy one, this one, but you'll notice I've got in quite a heavy hook. That's because I'm wanting it to sink quite slowly. So we start, if I just get a hook ready here, I'm going to put a, this is one of the original buzzer hooks, which is kind of hard to get now. So it's a Amazon B110, and it's a size 8, believe it or not, because the fish I'm fishing for are big fish. You fish a smallish hook on this. I like to straighten a suit. B110s have got a little kink in them, so I pull it and straighten it out. But what I've found is if you use like a 100, you're getting straightened out because you're fishing for fish in shallow water, and as soon as you hook them, they just go ballistic. Afterwards, because every time I'm coming near that light there, it's mucking out the camera, so I just come down at a point. There you go, that's enough there. And then I come in with this stuff. It's like booby cord, but it's not, it's a thicker foam. Use it for daddy long legs. It's actually a foam, came across from America. It's kind of like a craft foam. This is a brown colour, and what I do is I just catch it in and lock it in with a couple of thread wraps there right at the end of the tying. Okay, and then I've got this stuff, Textreme Polyfloss. It's small, but it's a really good sort of milky creamy colour. I like it a lot, and it's just perfect for a rib on this stuff. So I just pull a length off, double it and double it again, so I'm working with, it's been doubled over twice, if that makes sense. Come in and I tie it in on my side of the hook shank, and this is the stuff that locks everything in place. So that's us. I've then got this mad rabbit dubbing. It's just a natural rabbit dubbing, but I like it. It's nice and spiky, it's got the right colours. What I tend to do is come up the shank and I do 2 layers. I start from the top down and then come all the way back up again. So a lot of this stuff, because we've got to pull a lot of it out with a dubbing brush to represent the legs. You can, I've tied this with partridge before, like normal shrimp pattern, so partridge top and tail. However, it's fiddly and I haven't seen a difference in my catch rate. So just wind this down. Don't worry if you miss a bit, because you're coming all the way back up and through. You can see I've got a lot of hair on there, like a lot. When I fish these, I usually fish 2 of these, and believe it or not, I fish a lure on the point. You catch just as many in the lures as you do with the shrimp, but once they're locked onto these shrimp in the shallow water, there's not really much beats this one. In the deeper one you'll catch in the lure, but for fishing shallow, 2 and 3 feet of water, which is your usual, this is the fly. So I've just locked off there with a whip finish, and I'll take my floss and come up over the bit where I actually secured it in, and all I'm going to do is wind up and catch in the foam, creating segments as I go. I haven't got that hook quite tight enough. Creating segments as I go. Let me just tighten that up a little bit. Just a tiny touch. That's still not quite right. That's better. Let's just go back and do that again. So you didn't want this stuff splaying, so nice and tight. Bear with me, brand new vise. That's it. Yeah, that's it, solid. So come back again. I'll take this floss back again. And then over, keep it nice and tensioned. Up, through the foam. You're looking for about 5 or 6 sections. Just like that. You see that in there? And then come in and just lock off a couple of wraps of the tying thread. Like I say, there's a few shrimp patterns in there, for the very, very basic to the quite complicated. This sort of melds the two, but it really is an easy tie-in. It's just foam, a little bit of floss and some fur. So to make the last segment, just come in a pinch and loop like that, and then in front of the foam to whip finish and basically finish the fly. And you can see that cream floss really does stick out as segments. I do 2 whip finishes like so. Come in and snip that, and what you do is use the angle of the body as you're tying off. So there's your angle, that's where the body is, that's your first bit, and your down slope for the eye, again using the angle that the body's at. Here's your other one. That's it. My Grafham shrimp. Simple, easy to tie, and only a handful of materials. Try it. It's a great fly for shallow water, great fly for Grafham, and it's working in more and more venues across the UK as we start to see more of this killer shrimp. So yeah, maybe it has been a little bit of a blessing in disguise. Just one final thing, come in with your dipping brush and just pull out some of that mad rabbit. There you go, Grafham shrimp, my version.